Hi, everybody. Welcome to O365Eh, the podcast that focuses on what you need to know in the universe of Microsoft 365, Teams, and Copilot. So on today's session, we're going to recap some of the big announcements for Microsoft Teams at Enterprise Connect 2025. So why don't we kick it off? Michael, what do you got?
Yeah, some of the highlights that I kind of have been interested in from the event is live chat. So live chat, we may have seen the announcements earlier where you could do like a Teams call or a video call from a website. Now we can do chat to like a call queue and a auto tenant. So this is going to be interesting. It's only available for smaller tenants, like small company, SMB. It's available in the US right now. It's going to be available worldwide at the end of March. And it's interesting to set this up. You actually have to use the Teams admin app that's found in the Teams App Store within the client. And you go through the workflow there. So, if you're an admin, you may not have your regular user account with a role that can access that app. So it'll be interesting to see how organizations deploy it. And maybe that's why it's for SMB and not enterprises. Another announcement is the Queues app is going to get Whisper, Barge, and Monitor, and that's supposed to be going into preview in April. So now as a supervisor, you can kind of interact with that live call with your agents and provide guidance, or maybe there's some kind of escalation. So that's going to be a welcome addition to the Queues app. That obviously is part of the Teams premium licensing. Another one that I've been trying to get working, I think also Dino, is the SMS for Teams calling plans. That's now available for US and Canada. I've gone through some of the steps, just waiting for the campaign to be approved, and then we hopefully will have a session to go through using SMS in Teams. So can't wait to get through that one to show that. And then the last one, I think, was a big one that kind of went over under the radar is call extensibility. So being able to build or add third-party apps into the Teams calling experience. So you could do this in meetings today, but when you're in like a PSTN call where you call a 10-digit number or whatever, in that window, being able to have third-party hooks, maybe dip into CRM or a contact center, doing pops or something like that, or lookups, will be interesting to see that kind of native experience within a call window session. Maybe we'll throw it to Dino.
Yeah, just staying on the kind of extensibility topic. Microsoft announced Teams Phone extensibility for Dynamics 365 Contact Center and certified ISVs. So this is previewing in April. This is sort of interesting. I mean, the Dynamics Contact Center was announced not that long ago, and this was the first party contact center that Microsoft branded under the Dynamics name. It obviously didn't require Dynamics to be used in it. And so now what they're saying is, I think they're just shoring up this, the Teams Phone experience with the Dynamics 365 Contact Center to let customers benefit that are doing both Teams Phone and want to use Dynamics Contact Center. So they want to integrate these, do things like allow you to use the Teams Phone licensing. So you're not having to do double licensing, things like that. So I think it'll be interesting to learn more about this announcement as it comes to fruition. I guess the goal is to really streamline the deployment between both platforms, things like that. All of this is going to leverage that power model, the ACS application services. So and the other part of it is they're extending this to ISVs. So they've announced that Anywhere 365, Audio Codes, Computer Talk, Enghouse, IP Dynamics, Landis, and Luware are all the first vendors that have certified under those. So maybe we'll get a couple of them on and talk to them on the podcast. We've had a few of them on in the past, so that'll be good to do. Moving to the Pro Management Portal, there was a couple of good nuggets dropped on this. So there's going to be new expanded device signals with sign-on, heartbeat, network status, all of that stuff for Android devices is improving. GCC High customers will now be able to take advantage of Pro Management Portal. They've been asking for that for a while. the whole unified device management experience for all Teams Room on Windows through the Pro Management Portal. So this is the big news for me. It was the access is being expanded to basic and standard license rooms. So if you were one of those customers that only had less than 25 rooms, you could get on the Teams Room standard license, the basic license, and you couldn't use the Pro Management Portal. So I think they're trying to get everybody off Teams, so they're allowing those people to move. So with that, they've announced that the Teams Admin Center agent is going to be deprecated and no longer needed at the end of April. So everything will be moving to the Pro Management Portal for Windows devices. I think Android kind of got left out and is going to come in the near future, hopefully, because there's many of our customers running Android MTRs. They're going to add some AI. What wouldn't be an announcement without some Copilot news? So they're adding an AI assistant to the Pro Management Portal, probably just matching what you can do in a lot of the other admin centers today. Ask it how to do familiar tasks or things like that, and it'll give you some answers. It won't actually do anything in the sense, but it'll give you some guidance as to where you need to go. And then lastly, facilitator agent in Teams Rooms is previewing as well. They've announced that. So both on Windows and Android devices. So you can be in an MTR, a Teams meeting room, and you can ask it, tap facilitator, turn on, and generate those notes in the meetings, and both for scheduled and hybrid impromptu meetings as well. So the facilitator agent will appear in the panel, and you can take your phone and scan a QR code and say enable facilitator and have that capability in a meeting. So that's going to be interesting to see when it rolls out. And that's all I got. I think I'm passing it over to Hab.
Yeah, so I guess in continuing on, I'm liking the additions of some of the hybrid work capabilities that they're going to be adding in. So there's a new feature that's coming out next month, which is called a Room Recommender, which is going to be available on iOS to start. And with those users must have a Teams Premium license. And it essentially gives you a recommendation. I think it's like 1 to 2 hours before the start time of a meeting. If there's more than one person in the same building that are in that meeting, then on the mobile device, it'll recommend a room for you to one-touch, I guess, schedule or reserve that meeting room. So it's kind of a nice addition for that hybrid work side of things. Additionally, ad hoc individual desk bookings. So if you have a desk that's free, you can just walk in, plug into the peripherals, and that'll auto reserve the room for you, and give all those metrics back sort of in the back end to the administrative staff at the same time as well, and I guess the desk utilization in the Pro Portal. And then there's the auto update workplace presence. So if I guess forget to set where I'm working, today or whatever. So whenever I walk into the office, when I join the Wi-Fi of the network, it'll automatically switch me to whatever location that I'm at for that particular office space. So that's kind of an addition there. And when you do that auto update workplace presence, it auto enables this chat at nearby capability as well, which is essentially where you can sort of mention at nearby, and then anybody that's sort of working within the same vicinity or in the office as you, you can quickly mention just them and then facilitate more maybe in-person meetings, getting together, face-to-face type of collaborations. So with that, it's really good hybrid capabilities coming, and I'll pass it over to Kurt to talk about some of the AI and Copilot features.
Yeah, thanks, Hab. So a couple of significant feature announcements for Copilot and Teams Phone. Probably the biggest one is the ability to use Copilot during Teams calls without having to turn on recording or transcription. So I'm excited about this one because using Copilot for a call allows you to just focus on the call, not have to take notes. So of course you can use Copilot to do things like summarize key points, capture key details like next steps, And I've used this feature before with transcription recording on, but of course, you don't want to record every call, or if you forget to turn transcription and recording on, you've lost the Copilot capabilities. So once the admin has enabled this option, you can initiate Copilot without transcription simply by just clicking the Copilot button in the header menu. So super easy. I'm really excited to try this out. This is available now in public preview. And then another announcement is very similar. It's the ability to use Copilot for transferred calls. So when a call is forwarded or transferred to another Teams user, the recipient of the transferred call can prompt Copilot to automatically create AI notes for the call as a briefing. This is really good because it allows the recipient of the transferred call to, stay well informed about the previous conversation related to the transferred call. So I think this will be super useful. And it's supported for certified Teams phone devices. And the public preview is expected in April. So with all these features we talked about today, I'm really looking forward to getting in, using them, and then we can demo some of them on a future podcast. So with that, I think that was a whirlwind tour of the announcements at Enterprise Connect 2025. And see you on the next episode. Thanks.